Hi everybody, my name is Timothy and this is a video about my work for Shadowrun Russia LARP, namely about positioning admin panel. Here is a little bit of context. This LARP took place last summer. It was about a cyberpunk setting and information space was a big part of the game and models. There were many experimental technical solutions. IT systems are taken from IT report. I will talk about maps and magic, but I'd like to highlight that it was only a small part of the whole IT system. This table contains the main maps and magic subsections, their tasks, and a couple of metrics to give an idea about the subsection size. Positioning is not the biggest part, but this is the maps and magic cornerstone. I will tell you a few words about the way positioning functioned. Before the LARP, we bought Bluetooth beacons to send signals to space once in a few seconds. Xatar made a custom beacon firmware for better control and frugal battery consumption. More details are available in IT report and firmware instruction in Russian. Dima Gurkalov made a positioning service to store information about beacons and locations. Its aim was to collect players' location data and share it with other services. That was the way we stored beacon coordinates, marked up locations, and bound beacons to locations. Mobile app by Alexey Yeremin accepted beacon signals, detected beacon ID and signal power, and sent it to Dima's service. There were maps in the admin panel, so we could get character locations in real time. All the systems work together. Let's go see the admin panel. First, we need to make an initial map. The simplest map demands to set initial coordinate, zoom level, and get the base layers. There are two layers on this screen: plain satellite map and Izumrud territory contour. This is enough for open spaces, but we also have buildings. For these reasons, we need an extra layer for building plans. Let's go and see how we work with buildings. This is an live demo. We go to the buildings map, and here we can add a new building. Let's take it and put some building. So this is the place where we want to add some building plan. Click on it. Let's give it name, and let's take some existing image. So we created new building, so let's find a better place for it and maybe zoom it a bit. This one. So this is it. We added new buildings, and for buildings settings we have three layers. Let's disable all them. So building titles are building titles. Buildings are the plans, so this is how the buildings will look on the other maps. And building areas, this is editable objects which are used to change the settings of the buildings. So let's remove this new one and let's proceed with presentation. That is how we get one map to show both buildings and the territory contour. So we can go to locations markup. First, we mark up the regions. This is the macro map. Then regional administrators mark up micro map or game locations map. Somewhere between macro and micro locations, we have geolocations. These are the places with positioning available right to the geolocation. So let's look how this works in this system. Go to the locations. Here we have all these layers enabled. So it's a mix of locations. So let's disable all them. This is the layer of regions. So maybe I disable satellite map. So now to better see the regions. This is the geolocations. And this is the game locations. So this is the smallest one. And we can see the names of all these locations. If we enable both regions and game locations, we can see how they was connected. So let's enable all types of locations, and it's better to from biggest to the smallest, and enable back satellite map. So let's remove this one, and let's create a couple of locations, for example. First, let's create a big region. We should select location type region, give it some name, some color, and inside the region we can draw geolocation. By default, all created locations are geolocations. Let's add some color to it too. Yes. And next one, one more, and it will be game location. So we created 3 locations. We can move them where it should be, kind of that, and also we can delete any of them. Also, we can change the contours of the location to make it maybe more complex one. That's it. So this is the basics of location editing. Let's go back to the presentation. Positioning can't work without beacons, so we need them to be set up. The whole process. Set beacons on the map. This is the preliminary plan. Set beacons in game area, in real world, and save beacons exact coordinates, and then put coordinates in the system, IT system. Let's look at live example. We have map with beacons, so this is the real positioning of the beacons. Let's add new beacon. Let's put it here, and each beacon is a physical device which is its own MAC address. So they was created in advance in database. So I added new beacon, but for now it is red. It means that this beacon is not connected with any location. We can click on it and select the location Now it is connected to our new location Geo1. So let's move it closer to this location. And this is kind of plan. And then we put this beacon in real world, save the exact coordinates, and when we go to the beacon dictionary, we can enter the exact coordinates here. It is also possible to modify a bit some information about beacons, like label and geolocation to which this beacon was related. And also there are two layers in this page: beacons and beacon bindings. So if we disable beacons, we now can see green lines which connects beacon to the location where it should be placed. So in this mode, it is easy to understand if we made any mistakes in our beacon positioning. So, and as you can see, there are no mistakes. Let's do one just for fun. Go and disable beacons. Now we see that we have one beacon which is far from location межрайонье. Let's enable it and fix it back. So that's it. What we need to do to place the beacons for the game. We are ready to use the map. The first case is where is the character service. Usually it was used in debug mode. In the picture we can see character's location by marker. This picture is part of the MENA Ocean map and it will be described in details in the next presentation. So I will not demo it. The next one, it is Emercom. Emercom was our main map consumer. When a character got clinical or absolute death, we showed the location of the incident, insurance type, and time of staying out. So let's demonstrate it. An extra mode. This is on the right there is an Emercom map, and on the left there is an simulation tool which emits information about health status change. So this is my character ID. Let's say it is clinically dead, lifestyle bronze, and it happens in zone. This is it. So we send this message, and now we see this marker here, and this is the row in the table, how much time this character is in clinical death. In any time later, we can say that new status is healthy, and this character disappears from the map. So that's maybe it happens in other place. We can add any other character. So this is new one, and also it is possible that location is unknown. So if we have no information from positioning system, then there is no such marker on the map, but this character is added to the table. So, and character location is not available. So this is it for Emercom and how it works. Next sources contain more LARP information. If you have any questions, please ask them in video comments. I hope this and further videos will be interesting for you. Thank you for your attention.